Welcome to Just Being Adultish.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this
Welcome
is
back.
another amazing episode.
I'm tired already. I have not even started. I've had a long day.
Today in the election. You know one thing about, like, you see how outside day now? Like, calm, everything. Somehow they wish say we get one extra day where it could be like this.
We could just be like everywhere.
Like
the country just pause.
everybody just dey inside your house. To be honest.
Every week, one day to reflect.
Exactly. No, like normal 7 days go day, but we had extra 8 days.
And at the reflection day with that now.
Exactly.
Not do anything.
Normal.
It'll be nice though. Other people they play ball outside essential.
You go play, but then like they compulsory say every other thing go shut down. Like nobody go shop, go day your house.
No bad. Or half day, maybe half day.
Half day. Okay, the same way like this, around 3, everybody.
Yeah, like 3 or 4.
Actually, no go. Actually, no go.
Reflect. No, we're good.
Okay. Actually, no go bad. Yeah,
so hi guys, welcome back. Before we get into today's topic, let me ask a would you rather question.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you rather get your dream job?
Or
wait, now I'm not finished. Dream job, they pay you, let's see, 700k per month.
Naira.
Yeah, naira. 700k per month.
Okay.
Or a job you hate the job, not be like say you hate them, but they pay you 2 million per month.
It depends on where I am in my life.
Right now.
Then on the stage where
let's say right now.
Well, 700 cannot do anything in this economy now.
So you go take the one where you hit, hold the 2 million, manage them over time.
Mama, just come and take the dream job.
Nah, I'll take the this thing. 2 million, run out for like 6 months.
They can't go back to the dream job.
The dream job, you know, they again. But either I go learn to love the job, or I'll quit. But then I'll quit. At least I will not get small.
It just be like when a person marry for. You just tell us, okay, would you marry a man that beats you but he has money, or a man that just you guys you cannot have everything you want. But if you won't get what you want, I guess a proper plan. No, I go use plan now. But then this one they stinkingly rich, anything but emotional abuse, all of those things.
It depends on my tolerance to pain.
Yeah, you see, it is this sweet because at that first time I said, I rather sleep in the Lambo. Every time
I rather be crying in the Lambo and be Hennessy. Anyway, so today's topic, right? There's a story I saw. Someone was making sort of a complaint or story. I don't know what to categorize it as. And it comes from basically a lot of startup experience, right? It's a typical Nigerian startup experience. Anyway, before I talk more, let's go into the story. So, where is it? Okay, so I had this job in Ikeja. One of those companies that promise a fast-paced environment. Yeah. We are a family here and all of those things. But what it really means is that you will work like you're being chased, get zero support, and maybe get a slice of pizza once in a while.
Okay.
As a happy hour, they call it.
Okay.
At first, it felt like a win. I was post NYSC, hungry to prove myself, and grateful to even have a job.
Yeah.
But the place was chaotic. People were always quitting quietly. Oh, Lizzie mentioned something about this thing recently. And getting fired. What she said, they said Gen Z they take vacation.
What's the word they called it? Is it not?
It's something retirement. Micro retirement.
Micro retirement now. You taking your
vacation, your normal vacation. I mean, people were always quiet quitting or getting fired with no explanation. You'd come in and someone's desk would just be cleared.
Yeah.
HR would drop a cold email like, please be informed that Tosin is no longer with the organization. We wish her the best. Then they brought in this new manager from one big name company. The guy came in with heat, no training, no context, just shouting, stress, and a personal vendetta against peace. He gave 24 hours deadline, sent emails at 2 a.m., had a lot of quick calls, and also had the habit of calling people on serious during team meetings. Then came my breaking point. We had one major client presentation coming up. I worked the entire weekend on it, no rest, no social life, no sleep. Monday morning, I walked into the boardroom like I had fought a demon. He looked at my slides and said, this looks like something you threw together in a rush. Are you okay? in front of the clients, in front of the interns.
What the heck?
And this was already making me question my life choices. I excused myself, walked slowly to the bathroom, locked the door, and just cried. No small tears. I'm talking knee to the ground, can't breathe type of crying.
Is this a guy or a girl?
The person didn't specify.
Okay.
I remember staring at myself in the mirror thinking, how did I get here? Why am I letting this place destroy me? Then I got a Slack notification. Please come back ASAP. Explain slide 7. Like nothing happened. The wild part, I didn't quit. Not that day, not that week, not even that year. I stayed 14 more months because I needed the money, because I didn't want to explain to my parents that I left a good job, because I convinced myself that maybe I was overreacting. But the time I finally left, I wasn't even excited. I didn't feel free. I just felt tired, like I had escaped a building that was already on fire. But I waited long enough to get burned. Now I can't stop thinking about one thing. At what point does staying become more dangerous than quitting?
Glory. You know the funny thing about this story? I've had a first-hand experience about on this story. It wasn't a job per se. It was kind of like a job, but it wasn't like a job. But I've had a like if I've gotten a first, like the place was fucking toxic for me. There were points like this that I literally cried. It was like fuck, because the thing was always more like fear of the unknown. If I leave this shit, what's there? What next is there? But by the time I was brave to leave, I didn't look back. I didn't regret. There was just looking back. It would have been like, why didn't I leave earlier?
Yeah.
You know.
How long did you stay?
Almost like maybe like a year, 2 years or stuff.
That's a long time.
It was fucking long, man. It was fucking long. I was thinking we want like they're calling it a toxic boss. You know this. You know the funny thing. The funny thing was like I was living with the person. So this is not something like you. So this was not even something that okay, if I go work on let me say Saturday, Sunday, I'll get my peace, and then on Monday morning I'll be like, what the heck? This is you're living with this person. Like if he breathes. Like my what is it called? My ringtone started giving me hype. Anytime I hear that phone ring, God, there's this trauma to the thing. Guy, and there was this ringtone every like there was really nothing you would do that you did right. You get like it was like I wouldn't like all those kind of situations now. Like what that guy is explaining. If he then they feel ask you, do you think that the money we are paying you
you know, Nigerian startups in particular, you go hear a lot of stories. I heard like a few weeks ago the one where I don't know if I told you, where if you make complaint on your salary, instead of them to increase it, they'll fire you. And it was wild. It's like, what the hell? That means everybody there now just they so silent, and so imagine that environment will be so uncomfortable. And you hear a lot of stories around different things with startup, where you just the one day person will just come up with one thing and everybody will just start sprint out of nowhere. Now you get 2 days to deliver.
The thing is this: I really don't think that's a bad thing for startup. In the sense, the thing is how the management on top handles everything, right? Like if you're in a startup,
it has to be fast.
Exactly, there are defined expectations of you, and it only makes sense that hey, nigga, if you are not capable, if you don't have the right skills, a startup is not a place to help you grow, per se. But on your own part, you can grow. Do you get? So okay, now one good instance is this: if like a startup is like fast paced and stuff, the startup doesn't have space for somebody that is just really learning. Like because most startup needs to be lean. Do you get? So they cannot afford to be getting extra people.
Yeah, that
will just maybe sit down and maybe be shadowing somebody and be learning. Maybe they might have that space for interns. Do you get? But the main work self is really not for them. It's really for the main people, and then they can just give them little tasks that the team can afford to let linger for a while, but it wouldn't really affect the general output. It might be like a nice to have, good to be
not
there, but it's not like
call
thank
each
you,
other.
that kind of thing. So I don't all of those things that happen in startup is really not a bad thing. It's really expected. But the question is, how does the main management handle those kind of pressure? How do they let it down? Do
Mm.
they the people that are even working for them, do they even understand what they're even trying to achieve?
Yeah, I get. But again, at what point does it go from this is how we were on survival,
Yeah.
like as a startup? At
Yeah.
what point does it go from that to hey, this place is just a terrible place to work? Because it's one thing to that thing where they oh you that year then they put for CV. I'm good to work under pressure. It's
Yeah.
another thing when somebody is just mounting unnecessary
Pressure.
pressure on you. Yeah. So at what point do you know that okay, we are trying to survive, or wait, we have a deadline we need to meet, or this place is just a shitty place to work?
I was just really thinking about it in my head. Is at the point of where there is no more transparency on what
Is
the
happening.
goal is for the company. Like you can't tell somebody to fight when they don't understand what they're fighting for. They might just fight simply for the paycheck, but they don't know how much extra to give. Another thing is this: some Nigerian employees can be, what's the word? They can behave like artisans and do anyhow.
Yeah.
Because like this is like a current situation for this thing we are doing, right? You have your the let's say the CEO is a very chill person trying to make it comfortable for everybody.
Yeah.
Even he himself, let's say he's technical, right? He's now putting in his own time and effort, right? But he employed you to do this thing. But then him is putting himself inside to do it. And then you still have some people that if they don't understand, they just do I just do it anyhow. Like you just the way like you call an artisan. This is what I want to get. This is what I want to be. Can you do it? I have it on. I have it on. At the end,
do it.
okay, this is not what I say
Do
you should do.
it.
You just say, no worry, no worry. The thing will adjust. Like I think a lot of, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I feel like a lot of us, let's say employee or people that are very kind of working for our wages, don't really put. They are not. What's the word? They don't have proper attention to detail. They don't know how to look at some things and is this what is expected of me and is this what I am giving out? So the question now, they might also be that fine line because because what I'm thinking is that when especially for, let me use a school environment as an instance.
Yeah.
If you have a lecturer that's the kind of friendly type that's saying, oh yeah, lots of lecturers might look at that a lot of students are going to take advantage of that. So the question is that how do you balance that so students don't take advantage plus know what they are supposed to do, that kind of thing. I think that's like it for me. So if we carry that same experience and bring it to startup, for me the main thing for startup is see if people don't understand the goal and if they don't see, it's fine to fire people. If they don't understand the goal and they don't align with it, you literally want people that align with your goal. But don't work in silos simply because they will not understand. They will not understand. They have startups that, hey, this is the amount we are making. This is what the goal you want to meet. If you cannot meet this goal and feel you're slacking behind, they will let you go. It's simple. Get somebody else.
Yeah, I get. For the one where people are basically floating around, I feel like sometimes what causes it is the culture in the place too. Right? If you take company where everybody they put 100%, 120%.
Yeah.
You don't get choice.
You don't get
If
exactly.
you slack,
You
you
go
go
know.
show say
Exactly.
you dey slack, right? Particularly in a place where like maybe ownership is a big deal.
Big deal.
And nobody has to be chasing you for stuff. You have to hold yourself accountable. Now imagine on stand up now, right? They don't give everybody get task or everybody get problem where they need to solve, and everybody they give report on your own, and you keep pushing. Hey, this week, I've not done it. I'll do it tomorrow. I've not done it. I'll do it tomorrow. 4 days, 5 days have passed. It will be obvious that hey, something is
Definitely
wrong.
will be obvious.
But then if you are in a company where there's no good structure to things, even if you come as a very structured person, you try the first week to make things work, put structure, they will drag you back. The first month you do, you can't like say you do overwork. There's this tendency in that, okay, I'll now have to, if I can't beat them, let me join them. And then what now happens is that you too, you're slacking behind. So I feel like that one is just a thing of, again, like you said, right? founders today treat it like side projects.
Mm.
Sometimes they just
Yeah.
treat it like, hey, there's something I'm thinking about on the side, and I'll just come and just do whenever I feel like. And then it sort of trickles down to the people working on it. They're going to treat it the same way. But if
Yeah.
you know, say, you'll be engineer today, your
Mm.
boss not engineer too.
Yeah.
And the same way they push code, and the same way him they push code, every
Yeah.
day they see in committee, they see
Yeah.
in PR requests
Yeah.
and all those things. You know, say this person know they play with this
Yeah.
thing.
Mm.
You know, get choice down to.
And some people might really take advantage of that. So
Yeah,
I
of
think for
course.
those kind of people, if you let them go, it's totally fine.
But let's say, okay, this place now is a toxic environment. This
Yeah.
one is toxic.
Mm.
There's something you said earlier. Oh no, before we go to this place, the toxic environment. There's something you said earlier about is how the top level handle the situation.
Okay. Yeah.
At what point does it go from, or how do you handle when the mask, what's the word? Humiliation. In the case of that story now,
Okay.
right, where the person pretty much just called you out in public like
Yeah.
that, not like you didn't do the work. Again, we are not there, but as far as this person is concerned, they put in the work, right?
Yes.
No, you get times where you go feel say you did the work in your own
At the end
head,
of the day, you did
but
not
in
do it.
reality, I don't say you do. So how do you handle this today where, hey, people try to mask this humiliation in form of tough feedback, or what's that stupid thing they say? I'm giving you constructive criticism. Whereas this person is just humiliating
Just
you in public.
humiliating you.
Yeah. How do you now handle it? Or as a manager, how do you deal with those situations where, hey, this person is fucking up, but I need to tell this person that they're fucking up? How do you know?
If you're a manager, it's your job. First, when you start, they notice that sign. Like, there are always signs. They start small. I think when you start noticing those signs, personally, I feel like call the person's attention. And so I think this is it. There was, I don't forget this thing. When I was in Andela, there was this slogan they used, basically. It's about how to give feedback. I've actually forgotten the acronym.
Oh, the one that has the actionable.
Yeah, I think I don't tell you that kind of thing. Yes, something like that. So the thing is, for instance, you build, let me use this cup now as an example. You did this cup, and after doing this cup, me as the manager, I come to tell you, you did nonsense. Nothing works. This doesn't look like a cup. Like, this thing is a cup, technically. Right? The feedback should be very specific. See, if there are things that does not make sense, you need to be able to point those things out and say, oh God, this is not functional. Not like, I don't know if this cup is a very good example. Let me use like something like a chair. A chair might make one. I was trying to do something people can actually, anybody that's not even in tech space can actually visualize. Let's use like a chair, right? I gave you this, that is like what I got versus what I ordered. They are basically not the same. If I come and tell you this chair is not functional, I cannot sit on it and stuff, you actually think that I just brought things for you to assemble by yourself. But if you're able to say, guy, the color that we talked about, I mentioned blue. You used a different variation of blue. That's very specific. That one, the person understand. Okay, the person might be able to give their reason, blah 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 and stuff. The chair is wobbling, but that's not part of the design. Where is the wobbling coming from? So you need to be very specific on things what the expectations are. Don't just come out and say, "Oh God, I told you to build chair and you did not do anything." And then you keep wondering to yourself, was like, all the effort I put inside, like, it's as if there's basically like nothing there. And it's easier for me to explain when I'm using like proper.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah,
I get what you mean. Instead of just coming to, I've experienced it before where hey, you're building something and the person is shouting, "This thing is not working."
Exactly,
it's not working, and you know that hey, we put in a lot of effort. It did work.
It did work.
Instead of the person to tell you, okay, this is what I was trying to do, and it didn't work, and this is the experience I had.
Yeah.
The person is coming to tell you
everything.
It's not working. I can't use it. And you're like, what Baba, exactly? We used this thing yesterday. What exactly are you trying to use? I feel like another thing that we shy away from, I think this was a Nigerian culture thing. We know they speak up to people way they ahead of us for stuff.
Yeah.
Right? We have this.
It's a culture. It's a cultural thing
where you go just duck, just allow the person in the shot. Then instead of saying, okay, so I get it too, but what's the issue? You're like, When you don't shout,
Say,
you
okay.
can't go background. Can't they try to figure
You
out
are
waiting in the try talk.
exactly.
Instead of just speaking. When I joined my company newly, I had the issue of that first name thing.
Okay.
No, say no be so we dey do
Yeah,
things
yeah,
here
yeah.
now. Everybody wey dey pay your salary.
Na your oga o.
You no suppose dey shout in name anyhow. But then everybody call everybody by name. You understand?
Yeah.
It took me a while self to get used to that. Till now, I never did used to it. I
Yeah.
feel call my well, what we did there is we just have this. Most of what we did is chief boss. We just used to dock it. Even with when it comes to speaking out to stuff, I they urge you so much to, hey, if there's something you do, we have one-on-ones, we have meetings every day, every few days, not every day. But there's an opportunity to speak to. If this person is not doing well, this person, you tell the person. You do reviews. You have downward and upward reviews.
Yeah.
So the same way when they do performance review where your manager go review you, you do review your manager. You have your one-on-ones. You have it's a very open thing, and it's not something I was ever used to. This me we don't work for how many companies before joining there. We get this thing where we say, man, if something they go wrong, everybody go just duck, just quiet. Even if you know for a fact, say, no be you there at fault.
Yeah, somebody no one point out the person.
You know one point out, you go just quiet, just do. I feel like that's one of the biggest issues we have.
Literally, I've had that experience. My boss one time was like, he told me that, hey, he doesn't know if it is a cultural thing, that like a lot of the time he feels like there are things that I want to say, but I don't say them. So he's like, he was assuming, okay, maybe is it a cultural thing? And the funny thing, another Nigerian kind of like now joined the team. And see, there are different type of Nigerians. See, if the experience they reach, so that let me just say, people that come from or maybe the kind of school that you went to also, and also where you're coming from.
Oh, that's true.
Exactly.
That school one matter.
The school one really does matter. So
exactly, get mind the lecturers.
That kind of, even when I traveled, this was this guy. The guy was like very outspoken about things, and I'm like, damn. I was like, what's the word? Not what's the word?
Perplexed.
Not the word. But it was really amazing, like, to see how the guy was really able to express himself, talk about things, and he was really like. So I think I went for this, like, call it like a meetup, where they were talking about, I don't know, it was something related to Africa and stuff, and the guy was the ease that he used to move around, to speak up to people that were not even on the same level as him, and they really they gave him that respect. Also, spoke back to him, and he asked them, like, I really didn't have that. What is it called? Let me call it.
It's not a confidence thing. It's like fighting what you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Unlearning.
Yes.
It's not confident.
No, it's not. It's
if
really
you reach to change them for person, you're active.
It's
you
really not confident because I know for certain that I can speak to a crowd.
Yeah, it's more of a. This is what we've been taught our whole life.
Exactly.
Growing up, your parents they mess up, they fuck up. You know, if you talk,
you really can't say anything because most times what our parents used to identify as good boy is that boy that doesn't fight back.
Yeah.
That one that is very reserved. That one that is to themselves. If you tell them do this, they do it. Not because they want to do it. It's not because they understand what they are doing it. It's simply because you said it. And that child that is the confident one, the one that tries to question some things that don't make sense to them, is the one that is the bad child. Because it's like you see one maybe one auntie see you on the road and say, hey, come and buy something from me. I tell them, no, I have something else I need to do. And they say, this one are very disobedient child. You don't even if you send that message. I say, this one, go avoid that one. So those are the ones that actually go far in life because they tend to question, no, I don't understand this thing you're trying to tell me.
Question the norm.
Exactly.
This thing you told me to do, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense. So.
For the other side, I'm man picking with you. I don't like you. Uncle, I don't like you. You don't go do anything.
You can't do see, and it's really nothing like it's not anything about it.
Like
maybe there are
boy.
things that they really don't find comfortable, and it's totally fine. It's totally fine. So like even in like as you mentioned in those environments, and Nigeria is a very shitty place, to be honest. We don't have laws that protect employees.
I mean, laws feeding are just the fight. You're ready to fight the fight.
I don't. They really don't like trust.
Really
I just
like you get a lot of things we will know border take
I
off.
get like really they as per law that actually protects you from some kind of things. Yes, like I don't know if it has changed now. Like 2020, around that before I joined, maybe then. Like when we had the mass layoff that I was affected, right? It was actually out of their own good grace that they said, okay, that's one on Yandela. Out of their good grace, that they're like, okay, we can, everything is going to really clear off. So I think they let us go like, I can't really remember, but then they gave us like
next
one
month.
week or the next month to clear off our thing. But technically in the law, once they fire you, you should carry your shit and go.
They fire you, they go.
They
If
go
you
inside.
resign, you get 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Get 2 weeks notice.
The same thing that happened to us in Nigeria. The ones in Kenya, in their law, it was really it was mandatory that when you fire them, you give them extra 1 month plus pay
for the setup, for
exactly.
figure out their life.
Thank you. That right plus pay. My own was supposed to be like immediate, so I think they gave us like 1 week and so. And the HMO, they allowed the HMO to run till December. So it was basically from a good grace. We understand this is terrible, but the law doesn't really cover all those kind of grounds. So that's why when someone in that situation, like that the guy from the stories in the situation, and look at the things that he was even really putting in place, or he was considering, like what would my mom say? I left this good job simply because our parents, if we are coming from a poor background, right, they don't even understand. They don't even nothing wanted them. They might understand though, but you on your own part, you really can't fathom the idea of them understanding. Because if it be a thing of, if I leave now, they go say, well, then Nigeria,
but that's what I wanted to ask you now. Here now, do we even have the luxury of just quitting like that?
But you don't do.
Because you will hear a person say, well, in quitting job, or I in the 6 months where I see the fine job.
Yeah.
And every job when they see, they like say, worst pass, the one way in quit. So is it because wait, first of all, before I answer you, is it which one is harder? To get fired or to quit the job?
Which one is harder?
Harder on the person. Like, the fear of the future.
Okay.
Is it harder to make them fire you or make you willingly leave the job?
No, I want to understand that because when you say they harder, is it like how you feel about yourself after them
on the
compared
person?
to okay.
Because they fire you from a toxic job. If you know bad,
no, if it's a toxic job and they fire me, I'm expecting that. It's like maybe.
But what if you're doing well? What if you're doing and the day where you speak up, they fire
me? Damn. Maybe I might be pissed at myself that I did not do this earlier.
Yeah, that day you could say.
Maybe it might even be that like I wish I did this earlier. I don't even rugged these people since before they even fire me and
delete that.
He actually feel the one way even best because it's not because I'm staying in a toxic place. It's not.
But we stay. Right, same thing with relationships. You get this way they always tell ourselves with sometimes. It's true sometimes, but those sayings where you go talk where you don't make some stupid decision.
Like,
example, you only live once. In this job, you see the grass is not always green on the other side. And that way you go house that. You go house. That's your job. Nobody know what's in this up now. Yeah. Nobody knows. You fight battles for that place. But every day, then they see you, they come on for house. Yeah. As far as the neighbors are concerned, you get work.
You hardworking guy.
So those Nigerians again. I don't know whether others they done, but that's what they do. Where you they complain about your problems to person, they'll come tell you say, at least you get where you hear who they pay you, or you get where they go. So if you look at all these things now, like it or not, it takes enlightenment or some level when you reach a level in your career before you're bold enough to fuck it. I know like me now, you get projects where I no go take. If I just talk with you the first day and you feel like say, oh boy, this thing will stress me. Except say they pay me money, we say I don't do the math.
Of course, like say at that point now, the leverage is in your hand.
Yes, now
it's not I know they beg you for money, even if the money is like mouth watering. Yeah, you're not begging the person.
No,
you know your worth. You know, is if the person wants to. Like there's a big difference.
Even as that self, you get points where that same project will still reach. Maybe you don't collect the project, and the stress still you realize.
Sorry, I can't do this. I'm going to prorate everything I've done for you, calculate and send you the remainder.
So, but you have to get to that point in your career or whatever you're doing before you you do it. You get just like for people with the run business, so you go hear
Mm.
that stupid saying, the customer is always right.
Mm.
Even when the customer the yarn nonsense.
Mm.
But just because you're at the point where last week we talked about the person that confidently came to somebody's shop to demand refund for dress now, the wedding gown
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah.
Now one of the way they tell you say customer is always right. And you get plenty things like that way. Except you don't reach the point where you say you tight.
I think it might depend on the precedence you've already set in your
Yo,
yes,
okay.
that
True,
kind of
Sha.
thing. No?
True.
Because like one, if you're not, so I think some of these things also come with experience,
Mm,
right? This man now, or whoever this person, if he has he not experienced this thing for the first time, maybe he might solid. The next time he's going to adjust.
yeah, set
Adjust in
boundaries.
the set bound to say, see, anybody that's coming in, say if you pay this and you decide that you're not going to do it again, there is not going to be a refund. Like put it there, let you know. So that you now, once you don't do them, you decide say you know they do again. What you go they come do now and I beg the person. Yeah, I understand that this was your policy and stuff. Is there any way at least let me get you go beg?
Yeah. Question. If you don't ready to resign from work, to quit work, and they offer you raise or promise you say
promise.
no, they offer you this, I'll tell you say don't worry, we'll address all these your issues. Should you stay? You don't ready to quit. You don't drop the resignation.
Depends on the
letter.
reason why I want to quit though.
In this case now, let's say in this particular guy's story,
Okay.
he didn't draft a resignation letter.
Mm.
I talk of all this and say, hey, I don't feel valued here. This, that, spark goes. This, my manager, is a shitty person. And let's see. The manager apologized. Say, okay, moving forward. And should he stay at that point?
I don't see any reason why he might not. Depending, no. So this is why this is basically how me I'll calculate it, right? So if I'm saying okay, I'm not doing this shit again, and somehow this will realize that this is actually valuable to us, and this is, and they now offer me a better salary, and I'm able to renegotiate and say no, this is not even worth me staying. If you want me to stay, I want X amount, and then they can't realize, say okay, and then I don't leave my complaint. It simply means, see, at that point, it's supposed at this point, you're supposed to understand your leverage at this point. Do you get? There's some things, maybe if not anything, like you can take an extra class on negotiation, talking back to people, not letting things get to you and stuff. Because a lot of the times, some of these things that happen to us might simply be because of upbringing.
Yeah.
Right? If somebody tells you something, see, if you're coming, oh, but see, poor man picking the suffer.
Yeah.
To be honest, poor man, there was this, I don't forget how they used to put that. They say nothing, they say nothing beats trust fund that I had in the East put that. You understand what I mean? See, if you be trust fund, if you be trust,
now why he just said the people in him up. Trust fund.
If you be trust fund, if you be trust fund, baby,
too heavy what trust and fund.
But if you be trust fund, baby, like there's some shit you're not going to take. Yeah, there's some places you're going to be, and you realize, okay, look, you'll be able to speak your mind because I'm not doing this thing for the money. Don't come and insult me. I'm doing my job, and I can tell you I'm doing, and you will challenge the person. But most times, why we can't challenge is the one we are afraid of. The people on top.
Yeah.
Make I no go to talk
no
now.
Lose this small
one. Maybe mama feed the house or papa feed the house, they sick. Or you don't realize, say, if I come out this job now, no fit pay rent the next day. So all of these things affect that. This same thing affect different relationships because there are a lot of things at stake for you. Yeah, by the time you don't see all these things with they are at stake, you will now make your decisions are going to be based on this or that.
It's true, Sha. When you don't think and think, you can't tell us coming and say it's not that bad. Yeah. If I just adjust one or two things, I'll be able to manage.
That's why I stayed in toxic relationship for almost 2 years, not male-female relationship. The one I was telling you.
It's not too bad now.
Guy,
you had the roof. You had the roof over
thank
your
you. Guys, see, you don't day and sometimes in those kind of this small thing, sometimes you go see small light, you go say, okay, this and the next thing, boom, yeah, like the things go back, like guy, and then at some point when you don't realize, say, no, I can't do this shit anymore, and you leave, and you realize that because there might be this that might tell you, okay, if I leave, what will this person do without me? What will all those things? Until you come out, you realize that this person didn't even give a shit about you in the first place.
That even brings my final question for today that I wanted to ask. We are family. You know that talk over there. We're family. The companies actually owe you anything.
Oh, in what sense?
No, the same way where you say how we explain them now. When they shout that, hey, here we are a family, we are a family. When it comes to the most important thing, there's the bottom line. Either you are hitting it or not, right?
Okay,
Whatever
yes.
your goals are.
Mm.
Do they owe you anything extra?
Like, can you just tell me what the other extra
You know all
is?
these things now where you say, hey, you they complain this, that, they don't give you, they say this one they happen, this one they happen. For example, in Nigeria here now, let's use you're working for a remote company, right? You go to the office.
Yeah.
And every day you don't go to the office. Every day you're complaining of internet.
Yeah.
And these people are paying you.
Well, you shouldn't complain of internet though.
They're supposed to fire you if you
They're
make
supposed to
5
fire
complaints.
you. Like, well, it might depend. If you're paying me something that's not going to be worth
No, they are
to get.
okay. Let's say, hey, what do you mean they are paying something that's not what? Again, you agreed with this thing now.
Eh?
You agreed whatever they are paying you.
If you put it like that, but then see,
You know, say I don't get a similar issue on money before, and that one are my fault. Not be the company fault.
Okay.
Not my own fault.
Okay.
When I get that job,
now you negotiate.
but yes, and I know fully well, say that money no day enough.
Okay.
But I was so
desperate.
Not desperate is even the wrong word. I was so eager to get the job that I said,
Like, did you have something you were doing at the time?
Not really, but I wasn't. My eye never tear for funds like that. So I was like, Mama, just get the job first. All these other things no matter, right? When I came, I asked, hey, is there an accommodation? They say yes, accommodation. This. So I was like, okay. And before I come, the person I talk to, don't be already tell me, say, hey, here in this place, they pay from this to this. Your job, your role, your level, averagely in this location, they earn like this. And still, I undercut myself.
See.
So when I don't enter the work now,
now you got to realize.
And so it's not me they at fault, or the company they
now the company they at fault. This is why. Do you get? I think it's even though they don't owe it to you. This person, because I've had that same experience, right? Of course, they don't owe it to you if you downplay, or what is it called? What's the word? If you down negotiate yourself, whatever it is.
If official was there.
Thank you.
But down and negotiate. That's what now.
Like if you
lowball yourself.
If you do that to yourself, right? See, whoever is hiring you is going to be very wicked of that person, because that person already knows that this thing. Look, I think I hear.
No, I'm not saying the difference was a ridiculous amount.
No, I know, but from your own point, you knew this was not going to be enough.
Yes.
Obviously, that person also knew it was not going to be enough.
But they will try now. If you agree, agree.
Thank you. No,
like transfer window. Use transfer window, for example. Transfer window, for example.
No, transfer window on is a different thing. This is why, because those ones, they have different agents. Agents are speaking on your behalf.
Same way you're speaking for yourself.
Yes, you're speaking on you. You don't have, because if you have an agent that's doing that for you, and that person does that agent is a very wicked person. So because at this point now, you're coming from a place of desperation.
Okay.
Right? You need this thing. So your own is that maybe there are different things that you might be going through. It might be that I'm tired of where I'm staying. Anything is better than whatever it is I'm going to get. So you're going to take anything down. And maybe where you're coming from, what they want to offer you is better. But in the sense of new location, house rent, food, you're not any better. Do you get?
Fair.
But then whoever, let me say the HRO might also know this. See, I don't date situation where we say the job I got. I told the person, this is what I don't mind taking this thing. No. This was low below. The person was like, no, I'm serious. The person is shocked. It was like, okay, we don't do that. Like, Inco asked me, do you mind if I pay you? Okay, let me just say I asked for, I don't mind taking $5 per hour. The person got shocked, say, okay, how about we pay you $10? Do you mind? You see, yourself, you could be like, use me.
Okay, I fair.
To me, that is it.
But then, for a company, maybe you already get.
He doesn't even have
structure.
That's the thing. It doesn't even have to even be that. It just has to be some, because I feel
like saying maybe. But let's assume I'm a man just trying to run my small and I'm paying from pocket. Yeah. But I go low, any chance where I get to cut that money, that I will cut down that.
But then you'll be surprised if this person underperforms later.
No, it different. Now the issue I get with the thing, right? It's different if you don't enter and then you say, hey, this work, there has to be.
Yeah.
And then you go and you bring up the conversation.
Yeah.
Obviously, time should pass a little bit,
Mm.
right? My theory or my way of looking at things today is, hey, although the world has changed in a lot of ways, but then I still have that mindset of how we started tech, for example, and how people do it today is very different.
Very, very.
Then we're willing to get into the room, show that
We can
I
get
sabi
it
this
done.
thing, then bring up the conversation. So in that case, which is what I did, right?
Okay.
After a while, I showed that, hey, I did try, I fit run this thing. And then I brought up the conversation and they gave me that, and it happened, right? So I'm of the opinion that, hey, in that situation where you've realized that I've I've lowballed myself,
Yeah.
give it time, do the work, bring up the conversation. It's better than the unprofessional route where, because you don't realize, say, hey, I lowball myself, you can't decide, say, I could just
No, that
go
I
on
think
anyhow.
that one will make you a shitty person.
Yes,
but
no.
I don't think you even need to even give it so much time. Like
I know give her time, but you hire person today,
that.
and the next day in the day you say,
Not the next
or the
day.
next week.
What? Not the next day per se, because I never even pay you the first salary. Maybe after I don't pay you the first salary,
Yes, now.
and on your own party, you come. I don't think it's bad if you come back and say, like, you have to come. To me, is this come back with your proof.
Yeah, but
Like,
you have to have shown the two parts.
Yeah.
You have to show the two parts. You have to show that, hey, this 1 month what I did here,
Yes.
I've been able to achieve this.
Yes.
And then at the same time, I've compared it with industry standards. This is what they're paying. I would like us to discuss this. It doesn't make sense after a month. You never show anything, nothing done.
But if you never show anything, you can't tell me that I could just let you go.
We just
You're
fire
not
you from.
serious.
That's what I'm saying now. Here, so these days we are so eager to get the money sometimes that we don't play the game. Corporate is a very corporate in a game.
But another thing is this, right? Because to be honest, it will depend on your experience level also will count.
Experience level no go lowball himself like that.
No, yeah,
You
okay,
don't mount
true,
the experience.
But then okay, exactly. So if I hire somebody, if I get somebody in at the setting and I know this person lowball themselves, and I just say, okay, I want them to see how this plays out.
Yes.
Right. And then the person comes back to me. Because left for me, or from my own point of view, is a thing of, see, this is my expectation of this person from this to this. If you're not able to have gotten from 0 to 1 between that 1 month, it's even questionable.
True.
I think that's why some people even do like, okay, we're going to put you under probation under like,
yeah, that's what they do. They
3
give
weeks.
you probation.
Maybe give you 3 weeks. Say within these 3 weeks, this is what we'll pay you. Right? If you're not able to prove that, if you're not able to prove that this, in fact, if you're not able to convince us that this role fits you, we'll let you go and look for somebody else. I think that's even
hiring cost.
Oh boy, hiring like yeah, hiring is expensive. That's why I even understand companies that maybe outsource hiring.
Yeah,
Because that it will cost you
time and
money. I'm telling you. But if you outsource it to other people that maybe say they don't already do all of those things, I just give me somebody and they give you the person. Now this thing is not left on them.
If now say we don't get sponsored, I for plug in one people.
No, like that's it. So like within that 1 month, or let's say within that 1 month, you should have been able to see, I've been able to do X, Y, Z, but these were the challenges I faced. This, that. Even if you have not really done that much,
yes,
right? And you even come with this to me, if I'm the CEO and or I'm the person in charge, and you come and tell me this, I can listen to your case. I can say, okay, this makes sense. Okay, I can then negotiate with you at that point. See, if it's not a toxic place, you stand the place of having proper negotiations. Be like, okay, how about let's see what you can give us from now to this time. And then if all of that gets better, let's have this conversation again.
Okay.
Like
I like nobody again, everything depends on that thing we've talked about. You speaking out.
Oh boy, you speaking
you guys speak out. Because if you don't speak out,
schools
if you
need
don't
to
speak
do
out
better.
most times, right? Hey, even if the CEO or whoever, the HR no say you lowball, except the company they make extreme amount of profit or then they financially comfortable. Most times they go just manage till you pick up. Even if they wanted, most times they go feel like say, because this person has not brought up this conversation, maybe he's all right with the money or this thing, right? Hey, you same thing with workload. You complain that there's every day when you reach out, you complain to your roommate or your flatmate or your neighbor or your babe man, the workload is too much. The workload is too
But it
much.
never
But you've
escalates,
not
never
actually
tell.
told the people that are assigning you the
Yeah.
workload. They give you, hey, can you jump off this?
Of course.
Yeah, I can do it. Instead of saying, hey, I'm doing this now. If you want me to jump on this, I can, but this is the cost. Right?
Exactly.
I have to leave this. Or are you fine with this one taking an extra 4 days or 2 days to get done? And the person go think I'm saying, okay. I just finish this one now. Finish this one you're doing. We'll see how far.
Yeah.
But then you never speak out. The salary is low. The workload is too much. They'll call you by 11 p.m. Say, hey, let's do this thing.
And you jump on.
You jump on
leave
every
everything.
time. And then after the call, you're murmuring for the people that were not on the call.
Yeah.
Or person we know get anything to do with this thing. So it will be easier if we actually speak out on stuff. Nigeria don't teach us where to romanticize suffer.
But
Once you reach suffer time like this, we'll just, oh boy, no, I feel take her. It build character. Why you say, whoa, the video go use Job story.
oh boy.
Use our whole our side, say, after everything Job went through,
Oh boy.
he got it.
See,
But
I
which
think
guy is
that's the
stupid
right
talk
one.
like
See, there's this romance that they like because if you feel like if you never suffer, there are people
that?
that
The money
don't-
no dey sweet.
there are people that will not rate your story.
Nah.
Say, you no suffer now. Me, I've been there outside, I sleep outside. Because it be like this, that one, they always feel, most especially if you come to the music industry these days. Like,
Will I ever get that story?
you get no,
Are
they
you
always let
plantain
them.
seller?
Thank you. I was raised by a single mom.
Hey, God.
Even though now your papa raised you throughout, or you and your
Eh.
papa on around this thing, but say it's in raised by a single mom. My father left me, go sell your.
Why this all of them they invest in story? Then
Eh,
they build
no.
up with
You
story. Yeah,
go-
the person will go Ivy League, go this thing.
Except say they know sabi your story, you know if you deny it.
I know now. No, a lot of them they hide the story.
And
they
like
can't
if you don't
come.
now, you know if you just consider say I said
But still go still paint the
no,
suffer in the way.
you go
down in the way, say,
paint that because see Nigerian hate rich
go
people.
come tell you say, though I grew up in wealth,
Yeah.
but I had to prove myself.
Honestly,
I didn't have anything handed to me. I had to prove
see all
myself.
those kind of things like that. The other what is it called? That's the podcast that you gave me to listen. That very interesting one, something Africa podcast.
Oh,
one that talked
the
about
I
Dirty
don't forget.
December.
Text on the
Yeah, the one that thought that towards the end he was like, who did he want to have on the show?
Oh, it's a Tinubu song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that the people like he didn't have it on the platform of God that people were thinking. Me, I'm like, I don't know the plot. See, of course, I'm not going to say nobody's downplaying. some of the this thing that
but
they
it's
are
not.
doing,
You
but
can't
I
compare.
don't.
It's
No,
not the
it's
same
not
thing. You can't
comparable.
compare. it.
That's basically, of course, like regardless of wherever you are, there are other challenges.
Yes,
that
now.
in that level
What's
that
that
you
thing?
are
For
facing.
every level, another devil.
Yeah,
like, we
another
get
level,
it,
that
it's
kind
not
of thing.
compare.
But when we say things like, maybe it might be very specific on as to you didn't have something on a platter of gold.
Yeah.
For Nigeria, from a Nigerian point of view, a platter of gold, you see, trust fund.
Wow.
See, if I only people that have trust fund can afford to do anything. And
Yeah.
anything in the sense of try a new job, try this experience,
Chase passion.
chase passion.
Me like, but till now I don't know what's my passion be. I dey chase, eh?
Like, what this one way they do
Then this one I just say you need something to
Oh,
distract
try.
you from work. Use this one, express yourself, right? Because I spend all day looking at screen and all those. Use this one.
yeah, so
Plenty problems.
no, and this is actually because somehow you can afford.
Yeah, I can
do
afford
this
to,
to an extent.
No man, you know how much this mic be.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can afford to do this to an extent.
Yeah.
Not be person where we say you never see anything chop. That's like that for me. Nigeria is
all
and
this
a
question.
lot of Nigerian bosses know this. They will tell you that they can simply. I think there was one story Lizzie told me about where when she was teaching in the computer school, blah blah blah, where they keep telling her that I can bring an agbero and they will do your work. Until one day they left. Why you now bring the agbero? You know, they call them for phone say I beg. They say no.
Bring the Agbero. They threaten me that bring the Agbero.
Because a lot of them know this, that the things that the workforce, I busy workforce I drive, the workforce in Nigeria is saturated, right? Even though I might say, so a lot of people are unlucky, to be honest.
Yeah.
They have a lot of fantastic people out there, and you have a lot of people that don't know shit.
We did the job.
We still did the job.
No,
I'm not talking of the ones.
We still did
No,
the
we did the
workforce
job.
with you.
I didn't talk about where they workforce with you. Where they make all of them get bad name.
Oh,
Those are good.
and those ones usually they see for interview.
Exactly.
Because we interviewed 25 candidates. 24 of them were just terrible. Now you be the 25th person. But because they don't interview 24 before you, they just cancel the entire
carry all of
interview.
make all of them get out. You know. So about like I think like if there are spaces where they can talk about some of these things, like don't treat people like work or the work environment has transcended what it used to be.
Yeah,
in the old
before.
days. Now there are a lot of things now that they didn't used to consider that they consider, just like in football, right? Early football time, nobody talked about the mental health of footballers. Nobody talked about some of the things that they went through and stuff like that. But now these are big deals.
True.
Right. That's why some people might say, football, everybody now is now weak. Okay, it might not be it. Some
But
people,
everybody don't weak.
I don't think so, Sha.
That's conversation for
another day.
Yeah, I say everybody don't weak.
Me, I don't think so. Of course, conversation about it. But then it's like, so all of these things. So now, all of those side things that you do in a workplace, like, what is it called? Is it like?
Yeah, team bonding,
all of
the
those
happy hour stuff,
Exactly.
the
I think
maybe
they are,
quarterly or yearly.
they are really important now
retreats.
at this point.
Oh, they are. I look forward to this.
Like these days, for startups, if I'm opportune to have a very good startup, I just kind of hope I get to have the right kind of people.
Yeah.
Within where they look at. I am a person of, if I believe in your goal, right, I don't mind. See, I'll fight with you.
They there to the end.
I will they there. Like sometimes the thing is this: not all of us are going to be entrepreneurs. Some of us, there's this like call it, is the adage or something I heard, which make perfect sense. It's like it's not everybody that's going to be Moses. Some people will be Aaron.
But our life now,
But
that's so it be. If all of us be Moses, who go follow, who go lead? Everybody go just lead themselves.
You get, so not everybody will get to be Moses. Some people has to be that person that's going to help Moses achieve.
Yes, now
and this is you achieving your own dream.
Again, that could be your dream too.
No, that is actually
that's your own.
Exactly. My goal is helping you get to where
the
you
more
want to
things
go to.
I help you build.
Like the thing is that you are going to be all right.
What do they call these people? An example, like a venture capitalist. Those people, what's your goal? What's your distance? Let's help you achieve it.
So imagine you now as that one that sits at that Aaron level. Say, if I can help 3 people get to their goal. So imagine this one, I'm profiting from here.
You don't build
I actually don't have to be that focal point.
We can't start our own shack.
Exactly.
But we need to invest. We need to look into.
Like just like when you be what do you call that? I look for very sharp midfielder. When I call my Fabregas. Now you're that guy that ensures.
May they help. We just
when things come, don't worry.
Now you work with that.
I will assist you.
Kevin De Bruyne, you just run out.
Those kind of things.
You put out on net.
I think that maybe now all those, I feel like it might just also be a toxic entrepreneurship thing. People always push, you have to be an entrepreneur.
It's just how we push hustle, right? It feels like if you're not the one doing it, you're not doing anything. That's how we push hustle these days. And then we open TikTok. Everybody now. Go LinkedIn.
Why do you buy the shirt? I see now you're a buyer.
When you could be the one producing it. So one of us they produce shirts now. Who won't buy this shirt? Go LinkedIn. Everybody's spicing up their this thing. I try to use it, but I just don't have the energy for it.
I honestly
Same thing with Twitter. Everybody is doing one thing or the other. Yeah. Hey, it's fine, right? If you're legit doing this thing, do it if it's working for you. But then it's not when you just position yourself like you are doing the thing. But in turn, all of you are just wasting.
I think a lot of people demonize people that do 9 to 5. A lot of
9 to 5 is great though. It works.
No, it's amazing. So this is the thing. A lot of I feel like they always demonize people that do that because as if you see someone say you're selling your time. You're selling having a job is selling your future for a pay, like
cap with that.
To me, it is cap.
All the CEO for this is not be 9 to 5. Those on they don't follow for 9 to 5. I mean, those are no cap.
But another thing is like we as Nigerians, we as young people growing up, like when we have this opportunity to create businesses, let us have that courage. Is it courage? Or let us not be greedy. Because I feel like a lot of times it's greed. Because imagine you have people that they are opportune to have this startup with you. And while they are creating this startup, see, if somebody has a stake in what they are doing, trust me, I bet you, they will give their life.
Yeah, they'll give everything.
Like if I start the company and the first, you might not be the best, but fortunately, they follow me start. They're not the best, no. You don't even really need the best people at that point.
Need people we ready to learn on.
You don't tell them say, see. this is what I can afford to pay you, but I'm going to give you X, Y, Z if you're able to like stay with us and let us achieve this goal. She no be the money point one way they say Baba cash
Yeah,
out
that
like
guy waited for 10 years, maybe 20 years. How
is
long?
it,
I don't know.
okay, Abi?
It's like 10 years
It was
plus
10 years
now. I know
plus
it
and
was a
he
long time.
cash
Sha.
out almost $2 million. I didn't
10
really
years
read that
plus.
stuff.
I know read this. The
I
headline I
was
see.
just
Maybe one day we'll read and discuss.
yeah. So I think that's it. So imagine you have people in that second and you they understand the goal and they are part of the system. They will give their all. They will understand when something there's not going to be a thin line between because when you tell them see you we didn't get this goal, we might have to pull an all-nighter. They are going to be with you on that.
True.
You know, go person no go understand what
Omo.
they do. You go just on your own party, they ginger see you. This other person say, oh, I'm doing my job, but they don't know that they need to do extra.
Yeah. True. I think it's just a thing of finding that transparency is the main thing.
But hard, Sha.
But
I don't think it's hard. I just
you
think
know
it's
how it
culture.
just now
It's
so we
culture.
just did.
Even from our parents' side, they know let us on.
You don't lose anything by being transparent, both with your boss and the
actually.
boss being transparent with you. It doesn't lose
It doesn't
anything.
lose
Hey,
anything.
the business is not doing fine now. This is why. This is what we need to do. Okay, boss. I want to do this thing, but this is what I'm struggling with. Too often I help each other. If now some way we say, hey, you need extra hand, or you need to buy course, or you need to figure out, or you need resources. And I figure the conversation. But then if you never have the conversation, the problem, you understand? See, you not tell you say company know they do it. You know say company know they do it. Or you and say we see you not tell you not tell CEO say this particular way they give you may you do. Man, you don't try for 2 weeks now and you've not been able to figure it out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, CEO gas lay person off. Or fire person. He go fire you.
Yeah.
For your own side, it's unfair because then give you work with big passive.
Yeah.
For their own side, it's unfair to them because they don't give you this thing for 2 weeks.
You
never do them, you never talk anything. They don't fire you. You now they complain, say this one. So if we're all just open with each other and this thing, hey, all of us get the same goal for the company.
Yeah.
Maybe not specifically the same thing, but we work towards the same end, right? Growing financially, better life, serving whoever we serve. If we're building a product or selling a product, our goal is we want to sell this thing. The specifics different from person to person, but we have that general picture. Yeah. So if all of us are open with each other and say, hey, this is where we are today. We're trying to get this client. This is the trouble we're having. This. At every time, you know waiting there at stake. At every time, your manager knows, say, okay, this person now waiting is so even when they assign you task, you know your strength and your weakness. You know waiting to push you for and waiting to tell you, say, okay, hey, work with this person. Even with the whole cross-functional team thing, it still helps when everybody's open. Yeah. You know what this people they do, you know what this people they do. So if they ever give you task with big pass you or you jam problem, or you for sales now, you get client, they tell you say you need to back this client. And because you don't know, say, okay, this other person, they say, it no go hard for you to meet them, say, hey, senior man, I'm trying to do this, so can you give me pointers? But when everybody they hide,
right,
waiting they do the dock out.
I feel like you also start from the company culture because I think most even Nigerian companies they create a culture where you can't even ask your colleague how much they are earning.
True. No, the conversation on the salary side is a little bit different though.
But like to me, it doesn't I don't think I don't think it's going to really cause any problem. Just like football now that everybody, even the whole world knows what the next person is earning.
That's entirely not true for football.
So what are you saying?
Sometimes the specifics of the contract, you don't know what the person is actually earning.
No, I get, but you have a range. You have
I said where you go get range for this
one. No, you don't even get any day. They make assumptions.
What do you consider with the person the edge? What do you consider with that person? As far as you are not being underpaid by your own standard, that's the opinion I have, right?
Okay.
Hey, again, goes back to what we talked about earlier, right? As far as you are not being underpaid by, let's say, general standard, right? You've looked at it and the money is fine for you. I don't think you have a business.
But most big companies, all those are public information.
Yeah, but it's not a everybody does not earn the same amount.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
technically.
Yes.
So it's more of that, like that. You're like, there's a pay structure. If there's a pay structure.
Yeah, as far as you day into it, I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah, no, that's what
Because-
I think it happens mostly in small.
Yeah,
small
the thing there
companies
is
and
that
stuff.
one thing I don't learn for that one, negotiation power.
Mm.
Two of us, we dey do the same thing, we get the same job title, but we know dey the same level.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
way when me and you go shop, go buy something.
Yeah.
We'll buy them for very different prices.
I get. But
Yeah.
why you guys go supermarket? You know, I know they cheat anyway.
But not everybody feel afford the supermarket now.
Supermarket feel they cheaper.
No, now supermarket. Look at supermarket building. Now supermarket get building now.
So I
Look
think
market, they no get
on that
building.
question is this, right? If does it make sense for a CEO to have not paid his staff but buy a car?
To have not paid staff or buy a car.
Yeah.
In the mad.
Why they say demand? What if the company doesn't have money?
May turn and fire the CEO. Except is a big company where the CEO is basically an employer. You know, CEO and founder not be the same thing now.
Oh, true. True. Okay.
Except the CEO, the employer like you too. And him they figure out your own finances too.
Okay,
You
I'm
feel
talking
like,
of founder. I'm talking of founder.
Don't have fire him, Papa.
But the company doesn't have money.
In the craze.
No, see.
What in the bag?
This is
He's his company.
Listen, this is the thing.
No, it's not.
This is the thing.
Technically, it's not wrong.
If the finance is open to everybody,
everybody sees
everybody sees what comes in and what goes out, and they're only paying you from inflow.
Yeah. They're paying everybody for it.
Everybody is
that
being paid
okay.
for
The
inflow.
founder get, let's say, he get another source of income.
No, he get another source of income, and he decides that I need to bless myself for the new car.
No. Again, technically, nothing they wrong with that.
No, technically, nothing actually.
Even if you not for the same source of income, that's simply technically nothing they wrong with that. But the problem is, what's the word? Don't be empathy or this thing. Again, the optics of look
it look very
wrong.
bad. It look very wrong. It does look very wrong.
Especially if we just hear around us, okay, we raise some fund. Next thing you don't buy a car. And they tell us, say, we guys take pay cut. Which guy talk with that? That's hard up. Which man will you do when you reach that conclusion? Say, how about we just see on you this thing? 2025 this thing. We just see our tear rubber. Zero mileage. And you tell me, say,
you guys have
actually, right now, we're trying to float. We're trying to keep our head on the guy talk with that.
Very fucking insensitive.
If you find your tire for that car, no say that. Let me collect the tire. No, so technically it's not wrong, but again, that's where the transparency thing comes in, right? And communication. If we have an open house, you go share that. Hey, if you buy the car, we know all of us know say, nah, your other business, fund this thing. We know, no be we know this way. We've known that we're not doing fine here. We know, say we know they do well.
Yeah.
So nobody they feel like say you collect money from here. Well, everybody they updated and But then when we don't really understand how you they do your thing as founder, we know say we they work. We know say we they sell. And every day they tell us say the company is not really doing well. But we know they see this thing. You get we know they see the actual numbers, so we know they informed. And every day you they live large. But I reach to get all hands. Some of us, you don't call it father.
Yes,
I don't think this downtime is affecting some of us. Oh, good. Let's wrap up here. Man. Don't try. Adulting tip of the week. Wait, before we go adulting tip of the week, the person asked a question at the end. I want to be sure if we've answered the question. At what point does staying become more dangerous than quitting?
What is it we'll talk? Never answer.
You're supposed to answer now. That would be my tip for the week. I'll use that one as my tip.
So what's the word? Repeat that thing again.
At what point does staying become more dangerous than quitting?
What does staying become more dangerous than quitting? At the point where your mental health cannot accept it again. You don't. This is even lead me to another question, sir. Because it's more like because it's very easy for people to say that people cannot persevere again these days.
No, but if you know you've given your all, if you know, again, it's different when you've not even tried. This time around, this person, like from the story, the person said, the person finally quit now, abi?
Yeah,
he just regret, say,
quit
earlier. If you know you've given your all, which is, hey, man, know thyself.
Yeah.
Like they say, although these days people they do it with ease. Before now, they say the hardest person to lie to is yourself. But these days,
No,
or
but I tell you, really like this,
people
eh.
they lie to themselves, scatter. But again, if you know you've given your all to this thing and it's still robbing you of the whole point, right? You're not growing in any form. You might be getting money, but then either pay you and use half of the money, buy drugs, or try to solve your hair. And then at the end of the day, you're not even looking forward to work anymore. It's just a thing you do, and every day you're like, huh.
I think that to me that answered the question personally. It might be difficult, but when you start getting to that point where there's no,
You will know it.
When,
As far as you've given your own all, you know.
Yeah.
Not be say you they hold back. You know you've given your all. You will know now.
Yeah, I think when you start getting to that point, when you can't even
wake up for money.
you wake up for
just,
money, you don't feel
another
excited,
day.
you don't feel this thing. Not
That's a
because
great happy Monday for work. You're
as
mad.
in, like, no, it's different because technically everybody might not really like Mondays.
No,
but
I
then
just
it's
did
a
talk.
different. No, I get. I'm just saying it's different when you don't really like Mondays simply because of the stress.
Monday
that you
just
get.
stressful,
Everybody
yes,
just
for most
stressed
people, yeah.
because you're
But you
coming
will
from
not be
a-
stressed again.
you're coming from a
You
place,
will
a
not
point where
just
you're relaxing.
every day you like say you dey try survive.
So I think once you don't start the reach like that, just start putting. But then it's like, but living in a country that is very uncertain, that would really affect it.
No, but again, it doesn't change a lot. I don't think it does though, because the difference is that point. What it takes to get to that point will be different.
Yeah, but the bills not pay itself.
But again, if you die,
true.
the bills no still pay itself now. The bills get hurt. In the worst case, some case they'll carry over the bill to your next of kin. Some case the bill go clear, you will forget
I
am.
think on that one self is maybe even if you start even becoming too comfortable with a place, at some point it might even be.
Yeah, that's on the other side of
the other
it.
side,
When you feel like, hey,
maybe this place doesn't
no,
challenge
people outgrow
you.
stuff now. People get to the point where, hey, I'm giving all I can here.
Yeah.
My level now, I've learned more. I need to take this into next level.
level.
Career. Not every time people leave a company is a bad thing.
No,
Sometimes it's an amazing thing. It's a great. See, it reach to celebrate the company. They say, hey, this person don't reach. Because what that means is that we've taken you from zero to this next level. If you've grown, we have also grown. Not every company is going to become a unicorn. Some companies, it's just that next step. Once they're able to get to that next step, that's a lot.
That's a lot for them.
It's a lot. Either they are there or they sell and move on, or they cash out.
Basically remain in that level.
Yeah, and there it's just working. And then again, keep
over.
Hey, every year there's a new set of people. Every 4 years or 3 years, there's a new set of people coming in, and it's not a bad thing, right? We have this. This is how we do. We have this. It's like football academy, for example. Every few years, we are getting a new set of people. Let me say you leave the academy, we sell you in a bad thing. No, sometimes when we sell you, now good thing. We want to keep you there, but we know that this one,
you know, go help your and stuff.
You did Ipswich Academy. Ipswich no be right, but you did one small team academy for division 20
Nigeria,
and you go reach point where they will tell you say, bro. You tight. Like, let's find a way to get you. They'll celebrate you because why? Hey, you brought them up. Let's say you brought them up, and then the next phase is, hey, we know if you take you past where you did now.
Yeah,
all of us know. You know, we know. Instead of us today here, they whine ourselves.
Yeah,
let's celebrate you. Let's uplift you. At least if you go that next step, one day if you remember us for come back home and become an investor here. Anyway, my adulting tip is don't romanticize struggle like we are used to doing. If you didn't do, you didn't do. If it's draining you, it's killing you, sucking life at the end of the day, none of us know why we are here. It's the everyday we manage the traffic man. And if it makes that everyday hell already for you, now you don't need die to go to hell. You don't already did the hell. But at that point, it's fine to just, hey, figure it out after then. I mean, there's no assurance, as with everything, that the next day something good will come, or the next week, or the next month, or the next 2 months. But then, if you like wait 5 years to do it, the damage way if you don't do to you for that 5 years sucks out everything life has to offer. and now you can't quit for the 5 years. Now you don't worse. Your
Right,
mental
yeah,
health now
mental health
worse.
is
Yeah, you know if you
shit.
even apply for another company because your idea of doing anything don't already be
Don't-
casted. Anyway, this is where we wrap up today.
Yeah. So like, subscribe, drop your comments in
Yeah.
the
If you have any
comment
of this
section. If you have
toxic
any
work
of this,
experience,
yes,
let us know.
kindly share for us.
Advice. All
And
of those things.
we actually, well,
I mean, if
maybe
you
one
want
would
to come
really
on the
like.
pod, if you get this experience, want to come on
Yeah,
pod, let us
that's
know
true.
too. I'll
Actually,
bring you.
we would love
Come
to
on,
hear your
tell us your
story.
story. Let's
It might inspire somebody to leave
to
their
quit.
toxic
Yeah.
job,
Or better still, inspire a toxic job to change
to change,
and
to
become a
realign, or
better
also
place.
inspire you to learn how to speak up.
Yeah, that's actually that was
Regardless,
even more
that's like the
important.
most
Self. Yeah.
important one.
All right,
You
thank you
know,
guys for listening.
yeah.
We're all just been adultish.
Yeah.
Peace.
See you in the next episode.
Episode. I will talk about that.